All right, welcome to your Unit 1, Section 7, Scientific Notation lecture video. There's a link there to the textbook in case you need it. So we just got done discussing decimals and place value. So here is a table with your place values and the words ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and tenths, hundreds, thousandths should be a little bit more familiar to you now. So the ones place, it says we're going to put powers of 10 in here. So actually I'm going to start with thousands. To get 1,000, you need to do 10 to the third power. 100 is 10 to the second power. Just 10 would be 10 to the first power. And 1 is 10 to the 0 power, because anything to the 0 power except for 0 is equal to 1. And then we start using negatives. So tenths would be 10 to the negative 1, hundredths 10 to the negative 2, thousandths 10 to the negative 3. And they keep going more and more negative for the further to the right you go of the decimal. So in decimal form, that would be for the thousands, it would be 0.001 in decimal form. Hundredths, 0.01. Tenths, 0.1. Ones would just be 1, 10, 10, 100, 100, and thousandths would be 1,000. So hopefully that makes sense. The main thing to take away from this is that when you start working with numbers that are less than 1, decimals, your power is going to be negative. So if you're moving a decimal number over into scientific notation, because it's such a small number, your power is going to be negative. However, when you take large numbers into scientific notation, your power is going to be positive. So start associating or thinking about decimals, negative exponents, whole numbers, positive exponents, and I think that will really help you out here. So scientific notation is just a way to write really, really small and really, really large numbers in a much compact, simpler form. It's really popular to use in science where you work with a lot of those large and small numbers. So the key takeaway with scientific notation is that you're going to write it so that the beginning part is a number between 1 and 10. It can equal 1, but it can't equal 10. So that's what this notation, this is inequality notation, which we haven't talked about yet, but this is saying A can be a number that's 1 or more, but it has to strictly be less than 10. And then you're going to multiply it by 10 times the power. And we're going to do examples, so hang with me here. If you've never done scientific notation, this is going to be quite confusing at first. All right, so example 1. Looking at the powers of 10 in their decimal form summarized in the table above, complete each of the 2 sentences below with the appropriate phrase. Large number greater than 1 or small number between 0 and 1. This is what I just mentioned. When a number in scientific notation has a positive exponent on its power of 10, the standard form of that number must be a large number greater than 1. So positive exponents are associated with large numbers. When a number written in scientific notation has a negative exponent on its power of 10, the standard form of that number must be a small number between 0 and 1. Okay. Example 2. Looking at powers of 10 in their decimal form summarized in the table above, as well as your answers to 1A and 1B above, complete each of the 2 sentences below with the positive or negative as appropriate. So therefore, if we're trying to write a large number greater than 1 in scientific notation, we know the sign of the exponent on the power of 10 in scientific notation will be positive. Also, if we were trying to write a small number between 0 and 1 in scientific notation, we know the sign of the exponent on the power of 10 in scientific notation will be negative. So I'm just trying to, in different ways, have you keep associating small numbers like decimals with negative powers and large numbers with positive powers. So now we actually get to writing a number in scientific notation. So example 3 is 0.000015. So first thing I start thinking about is, where am I going to put that decimal so that I have a number between 1 and 10? And the answer is it's going to go between the 1 and the 5, because 1.5 is a number between 1 and 10. I'm going to write that down. 1.5 is between 1 and 10. And then the next thing I think about, okay, am I working with a small number where the exponent would be negative, or a large number where my exponent is going to be positive? And it's 0.000015. That's a very small number, so my exponent is going to be negative. So it's going to be 1.5 times 10 to some negative power, and then the power is going to be how many hops it took to get to where I have the decimal now from where it was. So I'm going to use a different color here. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops to get there. So it's 1.5 times 10 to the negative 5. Example B. Oh my goodness. So again, I'm going to start by putting my decimal where it would go to be a number between 1 and 10. I don't even know how to read this number to you. It's 1,899, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 3 zeros. This is millions, billions, trillions. I don't know what comes after trillions. So anyway, it's a very large number, and I would put the decimal between the 1 and the 8 to make it between 1 and 10. So it would be 1.899, and this is a very large number, so it's going to be a positive exponent. And then I need to figure out how many decimal points I had to move. So the decimal on a whole number is going to be on the far right. So I went 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 hops to get between 1 and 8. Oops, I forgot to write my 10. So 1.899 times 10 to the 21. And then we can also go from scientific notation to standard form. So this is kind of easier because you're just multiplying by powers of 10. So you're just moving the decimal the amount that it gives you on the power. So this one's 10 to the 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 hops, and I get 5, 7, 5, 3, 0. So 57,530. I started with 5.753 times 10 to the 4th. Example B is 3.3 times 10 to the negative 8. So negative means I'm going to move my decimal to the left. So I'm going to start here where my decimal is, between the 3 and the 3, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 0.0. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, and then 3, 3. All right, last thing on here is that occasionally in your calculator, you're going to get an E in your answer, like 1.13E, negative 0.5. That's just scientific notation, and it means 1.13 times 10 to the negative 5. So in case that ever comes up, just know that you have a small number there and to write it in standard form so you know what it actually is.